Hey guys, it's Corinne and we are back with another video. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button and the bell notification. As you know, we're on our journey learning about inner conversations. This is part 6 and I am so excited because I have been reading through all this information, and this morning I was listening to some of the videos as I was uploading them, and I got to break down this whole chapter right here. So we're going to jump right into it. This is Prayer, The Art of Believing. If you don't have this book, I would say to order it on Amazon and get it delivered to your house and read it. We're going to talk about inner conversations. In this chapter, you want to stay all the way through the end. If you don't have time to listen all the way through the end, come back to this video, because what I've read, I had to read through a couple times for it to really sink in and for me to just capture the feeling that my man Neville, our man Neville Goddard, is really conveying this message. So, controlled reverie. Everyone is amenable to the same psychological laws which govern the ordinary hypnotic subject. He is amenable to control by suggestion. In hypnosis, the objective senses are partly or totally suspended. However, no matter how profoundly the objective senses are locked in hypnosis, the subjective faculties are alert, and the subject recognizes everything that goes on around him. The activity and power of the subjective mind are proportionate to the sleep of the objective mind. Suggestions which appear powerless when presented directly to the objective conscious are highly infectious when the subject is in a hypnotic state. So he's saying that what may seem to be not effective when we're alert in our objective world are completely affected when we're in our subjective internal state, our God state. The hypnotic state is simply being unaware objectively. Simply being unaware objectively. Now here's where it starts to get a little deeper. In hypnotism, the conscious mind is put to sleep and the subconscious powers are exposed as to be directly reached by suggestion. It is easy to see from this, providing you accept the truth of mental suggestions, that anyone not objectively aware of you is in a profound hypnotic state relative to you. So I think what he's saying is that we're all connected. And even though you may not be face to face with someone, subjectively, we're corresponding. They are in a profound hypnotic state relative to you. And then he quotes the Bible and says, "Therefore, curse not the king. No, not in thy thought, and curse not the rich in thy bedchamber. For a bird of the air shall carry the voice, and that which hath wings shall tell the matter." Matter being something tangible. So you don't want to curse the king. You know, sometimes when people are not affluent, they look at rich people and they go, oh, they're rich, they're filthy rich, and you're cursing money. And really, that money has ears. And if you don't love money, money doesn't love you. If you criticize people that have what you want and say, oh, they didn't have to work hard, it was inherited, or they don't deserve all that, they have more money than they can know what to do with, and if that is your mental thought about people with money, you can't attract money to you if you think it's negative, or if you think that people that have money are negative. It's the same thing with your boss or someone else that you're in a relationship with. You can't have a positive experience with that person if you are cursing them. If you're cursing them when you're not with them, because those thoughts, as he said, for a bird of air shall carry the voice. Even though you're not speaking to them directly, you are affecting them, because our subconscious is constantly communicating with the super consciousness, and telepathy is real. So Anyway, what you sincerely believe as true of another, you will awaken within him. We do not need to try to control other people. Our fixed beliefs, our thoughts are what is creating and shaping our world. That's why someone can be rude and obnoxious to you, but to someone else, they are just kind and just loving because that person views them as a kind and loving person. And therefore, that can only demonstrate what they believe about that person. So if I believe someone is a jerk and is rude and ungrateful and unappreciative, that's all I'm going to experience in that relationship because my beliefs, my subconscious belief are what is manifested, what is dictated in this world. This is why Neville is the truth. This is the reason why I started this channel, is because when I started reading Neville Goddard, my mind was just like blown wide open. So anyway, what you sincerely believe as true of another, you will awaken within him. No one need be entranced in the ordinary manner to be helped. If the subject is consciously unaware of the suggestion, and if the suggestion is given with conviction and confidently accepted by the operator as true, then you have the ideal setting for a successful prayer. Represent the subject to yourself mentally as though he had already done that which you desire him to do. Mentally speak to him and congratulate him on having done what you want him to do. Mentally see him in the state that you want him to obtain. Within the circle of its action, every word subjectively spoken awakens objectively what it affirms. Incredulity on the part of the subject is no hindrance when you are in control of your reverie. Bold assertion by you, while you are in a partly subjective state, awakens what you affirm. Self-confidence on your part and the thorough belief in the truth of your mental assertion are all that are needed to produce results. Visualize the subject and imagine that you hear his voice. This establishes contact with his subjective mind. Then imagine that he is telling you what you want him to hear, what you want to hear. If you want to send him words of health and of wealth, then imagine he is telling you that I have never felt better and I have never had more, and mentally have him tell you of your joy in witnessing his good fortune. Imagine that you see and hear his joy. A mental conversation with the subjective image of another must be in the manner which does not express the slightest doubt as to the truth of what you hear and what you say. If you have the least idea that you do not believe what you have imagined, then you imagine what you have heard and seen. The subject will not comply. For your subjective mind will transmit only your fixed ideas. That means you can't be doubting yourself, okay? Because you have to know, and that knowing is what brings it forth. Because the subjective mind works off of our conviction. Only fixed ideas can awaken their vibratory correlates in those towards they are directed. In the controlled reverie, ideas must be suggested with the utmost care. If you do not control your imagination in the reverie, your imagination will control you. I know that from personal experience. Whatever you suggest with confidence is law to the subjective mind. It is under obligation to objectify that which you mentally affirm. Not only does the subject execute the state affirm, but he does it as though the decision had come from him, or that idea or the idea had originated from him. The control of the subconscious is dominion over all. Each state obeys one's mind control. Control of the subconscious is accomplished through your control of your beliefs, which in turn is the all-potent factor in visible states. Imagination and faith are the secrets of creation.